kahapon nabalitaan natin na nag-file na nga ng petisyon kontra sa impeachment laban kay VP Sara, no? Nalaman natin 'yon kahapon. Ngayon naman ay malalaman natin kung ano ba talaga yung purpose or ano ba talaga yung laman ng petisyon na 'yon. So, malalaman talaga natin yung detailed explanation ng laman ng petition. Kasi kahapon, ang narinig natin is alam mo yung mga bites lang. So ngayon talaga is in-explain in details ng mga attorney ng Mindanao Lawyers Group kung bakit sila nag-file ng petition. At saka, so talaga sila, no? Nag-hold talaga sila ng press conference. So, let's go ahead and watch this, guys. And huwag kalimutang mag-comment kung anong masasabi nyo tungkol sa video ito. So, let's go ahead and watch this.
This is important because if you base it under Article 11, Section 3, Paragraph 2, okay, you will realize that it is mandatory under the 1987 Constitution for the House of Representatives to act right away on any impeachment complaints and accordingly subject it to the order of business within 10 session days and refer it to the proper committee within 3 session days thereafter.
Oo. Na I remember talaga na nagpanayreklamo si Castro tsaka yung mga kasamahan ni De Lima. Sobrang reklamo nila. Alam mo yung grabe yung mga reklamo nila kasi nakasaad daw sa Constitution that they should act immediately dun sa impeachment case, impeachment complaint na final nila. Pero remember, di ba, wala silang ginawa. As in, for 2 months, walang ginawa sa mga impeachment complaints na yun. Di ba, sunod-sunod yun? Yung 3 impeachment, sunod-sunod yun na final eh. Pero wala silang naging action doon. Kaya nga kung titingnan nyo yung mga previous videos ko, meron doon yung mga nag-rally, yung mga pro-impeachment, yung mga nag-file ng impeachment complaint, nag-rally kasi nga gusto nilang aksyonan na yung mga impeachment complaints, di ba? Kasi nakasaad talaga sa Constitution. So, talaga namang sobrang valid ng petition na ito, no?
Now, if you will likewise read Rule 2 of the, House of Representatives on impeachment, it is likewise clearly stated therein that upon receipt of the impeachment complaint, it should be referred to the Speaker by the Secretary General, and the Speaker is mandated by their own rules to have it set in the order of business within 10 session days from receipt, and the Speaker is mandated by their own rules to refer it to the Committee on Justice.
Walang nangyari yun. Hinold ng Secretary General eh. Alam mo yung for 2 months, nasa sa kanya lang yung 3 impeachment complaints. Hindi nila yun finorward sa Speaker. Hindi niya finorward kang House Speaker Romualdez para ma-schedulean siya, no? Para maging maging agenda siya, pero wala. Hindi siya finorward. Wow. Alam mo yung mas naiintindihan ko na tong impeachment na to. Hindi lang talaga siyang alam mo yung mga balita ngayon sa mga bayarang media. Grabe yung balita nila ngayon, guys. Alam mo yung desperate move daw, yung petition para daw hindi mapanagot si Sara sa mga ginagawa niya. Anong desperate? Alam mo yung tingnan nyo yung Constitution. Grabe talaga yung mga bayarang media na yan. Alam mo yung mga pinapalabas nila, puro talaga panira. kay VP Sara, puro talaga panira sa mga Duterte. Alam mo yung paminsan-minsan ka lang talaga, naku, makakita ng video na alam mo yung hindi kontra kay sa mga Duterte. Kaya naku, huwag talaga kayong manood ng mga bayarang video na yun.
Within 3 days. And what did they do? They never acted on the 3 complaints.
Correct.
And these were filed on December 2, 4, and 9. Never acted. They waited until February 5. No? On the last day of the third House session, third, and what did they do? They fast-track impeachment complaint, and in just 3 hours, more or less, 215 congressmen allegedly read and verified the thick impeachment complaint that was the 4th one that was already filed.
Allegedly. Kasi nga, hindi naman natin alam kung totoo talaga, no? Na binasa nila yung 32 pages, 215 people in just 3 hours. Grabe.
Which brings me to another ground, therefore. No? Why do we say that this is constitutionally defective? Why? Because Article 11, Section 3 mandates, in relation with the House Rules of Procedure on Impeachment, that the said complaint should have been referred in the order of business within 10 days and referred to the proper House committee, and in this case, Committee on Justice within 3 session days. They never did that. Why they did not do it? They did not do it in order that Francisco versus House of Representatives would not operate.
Wow, grabe. So parang mas naiintindihan ko na talaga na defective talaga yung impeachment complaint na yan.
So if they referred the complaint, any of the 3, to the Committee on Justice, then the 1-year bar rule would have operated, and therefore the 4th complaint would have no basis at all. And that is very clear. And the mandate on the part of the House of Representatives to act on the first 3 complaints is not a matter of discretion. It should have been done. But they
so it's not a matter of discretion. Hindi pala yun pwede na sila lang yun, no, na magde-decide. Hindi pala pwede yung Secretary General na sa kanya lang mag-decide lang siya na, hindi i-hold muna niya yung for 2 months yung impeachment. Hindi pala. So, kailangan talagang they would act on it immediately. So, ano na talaga siya, unconstitutionally defective yung impeachment. Dun pa lang, no? Grabe. Tapos, pangalawa, yung kung na-refer siya kung inaksyonan nila agad yun, kung na-refer nila yun sa sa Committee on Justice, so, magiging yung 1-year bar rule it would immediately be applied. Pero hindi siya, kasi wala namang nangyari, di ba? Hinold lang ng Secretary General. So, ang nangyari is walang basis yung 4th impeachment complaint. Wow, grabe. So, parang mas naiintindihan ko na talaga na defective talaga yung impeachment complaint na yan.
They never did that. They dilly-dallied and they waited for the 4th complaint at the last hour before they entertained in a flash, in a blitzkrieg fashion, this 4th complaint. So if you will base it on Francisco versus House of Representatives, Gutierrez versus House of Representatives, the 4th complaint would have no legal basis anymore. Okay.
Correct. So wala talagang legal basis yung 4th impeachment complaint na yan. Correct. Alam mo yung parang in a flash, grabe, ang bilis-bilis na, shock na lang lahat ng mga tao na-impeach na si VP Sara sa Kamara. Tapos alam mo yung mga bayarang media, alam mo yung nasa nasa mga video nila sa Sara impeach na ng Kamara. Alam mo yung parang yung dating para sa atin is wala na talaga. Wala nang hindi na Vice President si Sara kasi alam mo yung mga headlines nila. Grabe, no? Kaya nako.
Okay? Second point, the verification requirement. If you will read Article 11 of Section 3 of the 1987 Constitution, if they base it on Section 5, that if they have the one-third vote of the House of Representatives, please read it.
Ito yung pinagbasihan nila eh, yung if one-third ng House of Representatives yung pipirma kung 215 congressman yung mag-i-endorse ay mafa-fast track daw yung impeachment diretso na sa Senado. Yun yung pinagbabasihan nila. Kaya makinig na mabuti kung ano yung ibig sabihin pala nung article na yon.
In the 1987 Constitution, that in case the verified complaint, so meaning before you talk about trial in the Senate forthwith, you must see to it that there was proper verification, because the law Constitution requires in case of verified complaint. So we must determine therefore as to whether or not there was proper verification that was conducted in vis-a-vis the impeachment complaint as submitted and filed.
Correct. So dito talaga sila alam mo yun, dito talaga sila magkakaroon ng problema kasi hindi talaga yung verified eh. Kasi alam mo yung how can they read lahat sila in 3 hours. Alam mo yung kailangan talaga busisiin mo pa yung mga ebidensya, yung mga ganun, tapos nako, hindi talaga to verified.
In the Senate. If you will look, this can already been revealed now. If you will look at the impeachment complaint as filed in the Senate, there was even no proper verification. Who signed it? It was only the Secretary General who subscribed it, who stated among others that this was subscribed before him. Is that the proper verification? And besides, even a mathematical computation, 215 congressmen who did not have any idea at all as to what was the subject matter of the caucus as of 10:15, 10:30, 10:45 a.m.
Yun. Dun tayo eh. Yan yung magiging ano talaga nila. Kasi alam mo yung caucus nila is, alam mo yung immediate. Yung caucus nila, hindi talaga siya nakaplan. Wala siya sa agenda. Talagang in a blink of an eye, mayroon kagad caucus na nangyari, no? Kaya nako talaga.
And then by 3:15 in the afternoon, they already accordingly added it as additional reference of business. Okay? So they only have 3 hours within which to look at the complaint, verify all the attachments to the complaint. Even if we counted it, they would only have about 1 minute and 2 seconds. No?
Grabe. Grabe yung 1 minute and 2 seconds each. 1 minute and 2 seconds each congressman para anuhin yun. Alam mo yun, siguro kahit speed reader ka, walang mangyayari sa 32 pages nun in 1 minute. Naku, hindi talaga ako maniniwala. Ano siguro yung ginawa nila, parang magic yung ginawa nila dyan. Magic.
To finish it all, if we believe them. Now, can you understand anything in 1 minute and 2 seconds?
Siguro kung isang sentence. Okay, pwede kung isang page. Kung speed reader talaga, no, 1 minute, isang page, siguro maiintindihan niya yon. Pero yung 32 pages, naku, lokohin mo nanay mo.
And then third, there was violation of due process. Why violation of due process? The Vice President was denied prior notice and hearing prior to the filing of this fourth complaint.
Paano nga mano-notice i-flash? Naging flash report nga siya eh. Naging, alam mo yung in a blink of an eye, kaagad na impeach si VP Sara sa Kamara. Kaya paano magkakaroon ng prior notice noon? Mismo nga yung mga congressman, wala sila na notify na may gagawin ganun sa agenda eh.
Okay. She was never informed beforehand that this new complaint is going to be filed against him. It is basic in our 1987 Constitution that no person shall be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law.
Correct.
How much more in an impeachment complaint which would seek a high government official elected by 32,208,417 votes.
Grabe. 32,800,417 votes? Grabe, no?
This is 32 million including our votes, which are going to be discarded, which are going to be marginalized or erased simply because of the unilateral actions of 200 individuals who think.
Correct talaga. Alam mo yung masasayang yung boses ng 32 million Filipinos na bumoto sa kanya, tapos 215 katao lang yung magpapatalsik sa kanya sa posisyon. Sino kayo? Kami kaya yung taxpayer dito. Tapos sila yung magpapatalsik, no? Tayo yung naglagay sa kanya sa posisyon. Tapos sila yung magpapatalsik. Wow! Grabe, no? Ano nangyayari sa bansa natin?
Erased simply because of the unilateral actions of 200 individuals who think that they are above the law. So this.
Correct talaga. Alam mo yun, they think that they are above the law. Ganunin lang nila yung kadali, ganun lang nilang madaliin yung impeachment ni VP Sara. Eh, naku talaga magwewelga yung 32 million people na yan eh. Hindi talaga tama yan.
This is the essence of our petition, and we seek that the Supreme Court would grant us a temporary restraining order, restraining the Senate from acting on the impeachment complaint, and thereafter a preliminary injunction on the ground that doing so would cause grave and irreparable injury upon the people and upon our votes and upon our right as a citizen of this. Correct.
Kasi mawawala ng bisa yung demokrasya natin eh. Kasi alam mo yung binoto natin siya, tapos ganun-ganun lang i-impeach nila without na alam mo yun na wala na talaga yung demokrasya.
Republic, knowing, and as a taxpayer, knowing that as taxpayer, if this impeachment complaint will not be stopped, they would spend millions again just to divert our attention in crucifying the Vice President of the Republic of the Philippines without just cause.
Correct. Without just cause talaga. Alam mo yung dyan napupunta yung mga tax natin, yung sa mga hearing nila. Alam mo yung mga impeachment trial nila, dyan napupunta yung milyon-milyong tax natin, guys. Kaya naku, wag kayong papayag. Let's protect VP Sara, no? Grabe talaga yung ginagawa nila para lang tayo ma-divert sa totoong mga pangyayari na ginagawa nila, yung mga krimen na pagkukurap nila sa budget ng Pilipinas. Grabe talaga. So guys, anong masasabi nyo? Alam mo yung basahin natin yung mga comments dito. Sabi ni @Zenny Nalayog, brilliant lawyers, such like them, nakakataba ng puso. May salute to you, sirs. Totoo talaga. God save the Philippines. Brilliant. Superb. Ang galing ng pagka-explain mo, attorney. Correct. Let's go. In short, walang process, walang due process. Sabi ni Colleen Cordero. Sabi naman ni The Pharmacist, wow, very clear. At Mercilita Rayner, ang galing ng Davao lawyers will said and explained. Salute, Attorney Torion. Correct. Sabi naman ni Elenita Matalcero, ang ganda pakinggan at maintindihan talaga ang mga sinasabi ni Attorney Torion. Correct. Good job, Attorney. Alam mo ba, Attorney, pag ikaw nagsasalita, nakikinig talaga ako hangang-hanga ako sa katalinuhan mo at salamat sa Diyos na may isang Attorney Torion na nagtatanggol sa mga taong inaapi ng gobyernong ito. Totoo yan. I salute all of you Mindanao lawyers. Yan ang problema pag ang mga halal na kongresista hindi abogado, paano maintindihan ang batas kung wala naman sa batas? Paano maintindihan na lang ng basta kung wala naman sa batas? So, grabe no, ang daming sumusuporta sa petisyon na to, guys. Kaya nasisiyahan talaga ako kasi hindi ako nag-iisa. Madami palang sumusuporta sa petisyon na to. Kaya anong masasabi mo? Sumusuporta ka rin ba sa petisyon na to? Kaya mag-like at mag-comment kung napanood mo yung video hanggang dito. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. At saka naman, click the notification bell para you will be updated sa mga next videos natin. Thank you so much po. Bye!